At the age of 6, his parents divorced, resulting in drastic changes in his social circumstances. His mother had to start working, there were financial problems, his father did not always contribute to their support, and from his description and that of his siblings, his father was an irresponsible and mostly absent parent. From the collateral information obtained, it appears that his mother was a very anxious person and abused alcohol intermittently. She slept with her firearm under her pillow, and there were frequent episodes when the police were called in to investigate noises she had heard. It appears that the children were not soothed by their mother, but rather that they all developed features of anxiety.
The reference to the children were not soothed by their mother, is there any significance in relation to this matter?
The children were reared to see their external environment as threatening. And instead of the mother being in a position, if there was a threat, to relieve her children's anxiety, she added to the anxiety.
And would that anxiety that manifested that, how would it translate to the present situation? Would it go away? Would it remain?
Well, in the present situation, it clearly remained.
The next paragraph, dealing with Mr. Pistorius' older brother.
Mr. Pistorius' older brother, Carl, was often tasked with looking after his younger siblings, and to some extent appears to have had some parental functions. The paternal grandmother supported the family financially. Mr. Pistorius coped well at primary school. He played sport, had many friends, and appears to have been a sociable child. He describes having been teased at primary school because of his prostheses, and his older brother occasionally had to intervene on his behalf.
If you look at this, Dr. Vorster, and it says that he appears to be a sociable child, is there any significance in that? Would he be in the same position as a normal child with legs on to be a sociable child?
He appears to have probably concealed his disability and to have appeared as normal as possible, and to have played with children and visited children as any other child would have done.
Next paragraph.
At the age of 14, Mr. Pistorius moved to Pretoria to attend high school. He lived with his father initially and saw his mother on weekends, but within a few months there were problems at his father's home, and towards the end of that year he became a weekly boarder. He would either go to his mother or his paternal uncle on weekends. His brother attended the same school and was also a weekly boarder, while his sister continued to live with their mother. Mr. Pistorius describes that he was sociable, he was good at sport, he played tennis, rugby, and went jogging. He had no problems with his academic performance. At the age of 15, when he was in Standard 7 or Grade 9, his mother died suddenly. He was significantly traumatized by her death. The death of his mother appears to have resulted in an increase in Mr. Pistorius's anxiety levels. He had a loss of his primary attachment figure. He describes this as a very stressful period in his life, and this was confirmed by his siblings and his maternal aunt, Mrs. Binge. Following his mother's death, Mr. Pistorius continued to be a weekly boarder. On weekends he would stay with his maternal aunt, Mrs. Binge, where he was able to see his sister, or else he stayed with friends. He was supported by his extended family, but he had infrequent contact with his father. After the death of his mother, Mr. Pistorius had no adult primary attachment figure, although he describes his relationship with his siblings as very close.
Know more. eNCA.com